Today we will discuss the parliamentary privileges. What are the privileges the MPs of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and also state legislature gets? What are the privileges that there are various articles that is related to the parliamentary privileges. See, these are the special rights or immunities. It is given for the parliamentarians, that is Lok Sabha MPs, Rajya Sabha MPs. Okay. They are having the freedom of speech. They are having the right to vote. That is what called as parliamentary privileges. And there is no kind of parliamentary proceedings against them in any court of law. Or viruddha eno kuda case anna haklik agodilla. Whatever this says in the parliament, whatever anta barodilla, there are some of the limitations. The parliamentary privileges are the special rights, immunities and exemptions yarik kottidare members of parliament to ensure they can perform their duties without interference. See, with the help of discussions only they can bring up the laws. With the help of debates only they can rectify the mistakes in the clauses or the laws. ಹೌದಾ? ಬಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಿವಿಲೇಜಸ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ that privileges will be in the form of speech, freedom of speech in parliament, immunity from arrest in civil cases during sessions. During sessions ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ they can't be get arrested. Civil cases means tax exemptions or property disputes, any disputes. Okay. But not the criminal cases. In criminal cases they can be arrested. But ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 40 days ಒನ್ಸ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಸೆಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋಕಿನ 40 ದಿನ ಮುಂಚೆ, ಸೆಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ 40 ದಿನ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ. Collective privileges. Collective privileges means a group of people, they are having the privileges regarding freedom of speech. Okay, fair and transparent ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು and authenticated documents ಅಥವಾ proofs ನ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ it is valid. Okay, ಆ ತರ privileges ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Power to exclude strangers, right to prevent non-members from observing proceedings to ensure free and fair discussions. ಈ ಲಾಬಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ಯಾಲರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಆಲ್ ದ ನಾನ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಕಾಮನ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂಡ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಬಾರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಡೇಸ್. ಈ ತರ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೀಕ್ರೆಟ್ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಟೈಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಕಾಮನ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟರ್ಸ್ಗೆ. ಅವರಷ್ಟೇ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಯೂಶಲಿ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಡೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟುಕ್ ದಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಇದ್ದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಲೌಡ್ ಏನ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ಸೀಕ್ರೆಟ್ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ವಾಚಿಂಗ್ ದೀಸ್ sessions in a parliament. Next, power to publish reports, right to publish its debates and reports and to prevent unauthorized publication. Unauthorized publication, without proof they can't publish anything. Okay, valid proof, authenticated proof documents iddu andre reporters can publish, the media can publish. Without that they can't publish. Next, power to make rules, right to make its own rules for regulating procedures and conduct of business. Parliament ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ತರ ನಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಬುಕ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರನೇ ನಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಆಲ್ ದ MPs. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಪವರ್ ಟು ಪನಿಶ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬ್ರೀಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಿವಿಲೇಜ್. Right to punish members or outsiders for contempt or breach of privilege. Okay. ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಬ್ರೀಚ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಥವಾ ಕಂಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ then they can get punishment, not from the court but from the parliament, that is speaker or chairman will give the punishment. Next, judicial immunity. Judicial immunity means here the court are barred from inquiring into validity of parliamentary proceedings on the ground of any alleged procedural irregularities. Courts can't interfere in the parliamentary privileges. Okay, ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಲಿ, ಏನೇ ಆಗಿರ್ಲಿ, ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಏನೇ ಒಂದು ಗಲಾಟೆ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಅನ್ಲೆಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಂಟಿಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಡಿಫೆಮೇಷನ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಥವಾ ಸಿ ಟೋಟಲಿ ದ ಸೋಲ್ ಪವರ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಕೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫಿಯರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ದಿ ಎಂಪೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಏನೇ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಡಸಂಟ್ ಮೀನ್ ದಟ್ ಬೈಕ್ ಬಂದಂಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಪ್ರೂಫ್, ಅಥೆಂಟಿಕ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಯಾರು ತಡೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಗಿವ್ ದ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಏನ ಅನ್ಯಾಯ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಬೆಳಕಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ದಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಏನೋ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ ಈ ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ದಟ್. ಈ ತರ ಏನೋ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಈ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರಕರಣಗಳು ಬೆಳಕಿಗೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು, ಆ ತರ ಏನೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ದಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅಥೆಂಟಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ಅದು ಪ್ರೂಫ್ಸ್, ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್. Individual privileges. There we have seen collective privileges. Here we are seeing the individual privileges. Individual means for each members. Each members ke ಏನು privileges ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ these are the privileges. 4 ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ. Freedom of speech. Members have freedom of speech within parliament and they cannot be held liable in any court for anything said or any oath given in parliament or its committees. See, it is contradictory to the whip as well. ಹೌದಾ? ವಿಪ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ? Whatever the political parties they take the decision that is binding on these members. But ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ? Any oaths ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. Any oaths ಅಂದ್ರೆ here you should think that any oaths is presidential election, vice presidential election ಆಗಿರ್ಲಿ. Okay, ಆ elections ನಲ್ಲಿ. And also along with that, here it was contradictory for the non-confidence and no confidence and confidence motion as well. ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು political parties they joined, ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು political parties the MLA they voted against confidence motion or they were abstained. ಈ ತರ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಗಳಾಗಿದ್ವು ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಅಲಿಗೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇತ್ತು, ಕರಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಲಿಗೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಇವ್ರನ್ನ ಕೊಂಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ 25 crore ಕೊಟ್ಟು 10 crore ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಜಾರ್ಖಂಡ್ ಮೋರ್ಚಾ JMM ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ MLAs ಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಆರೋಪ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ. ಮೆನಿ MLAs they were just voted for the opposite party in a parliament. ಅದು ಏನು ಅಂತ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಿವಿಲೇಜಸ್. ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ನಾನು ಇಂಟರ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ. ಇಂಟರ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಥೆಂಟಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಫೇರ್ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ವಿತ್ ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕರಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಆ MLA ಕರಪ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿದವ್ರು ವೋಟ್ ಹಾಕಿದಾನೆ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಮ್ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಇನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಪ್ರೂಫ್. ಕೇಸ್ ಖುಲಾಸೆ ಆಗುವಂತ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇದೆ. And next, immunity from arrest. As I told you, members are immune from arrest in civil cases during a parliamentary session and for a period of 40 days before and after it. Once the session starts, ಅದ್ರ 40 ದಿನ ಮುಂಚೆ 40 ದಿನ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರ ಪ್ರಿವಿಲೇಜಸ್ ಯಾರು ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಕೇಸಸ್. This does not apply to criminal cases or preventive detention. ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಟ್ ದಟ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟಿವ್ ಡಿಟೆನ್ಷನ್. ಆಸ್ ಯು ನೋ, ಕೊಲೆ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಕ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಕ್ರೈಮ್ ಇನ್ನೇನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಪ್ರೂಫ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಸಿಕ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ದೆಮ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟಿವ್ ಡಿಟೆನ್ಷನ್. Why they have given 40 days? Why they have mentioned like that? Why this kind of privileges they have given? 40 days before, 40 days after ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Common sense question. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅದೇ 40 ಅಂತ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್? ದೇರ್ ಮೈಟ್ ಬಿ ಸಮ್ ರೀಸನ್. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ? Think that if the MP is taking the initiation for proposing the bill or the ministry is proposing the bill, first propose ಮಾಡೋ ಬಿಲ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ they should make it ready, reports ಎಲ್ಲ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದು ವಿತೌಟ್ ಇವನ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ರೆಡಿ ರ್ಯಾಂಡಮ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಎಸ್ಟರ್ಡೇ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬಿಲ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ನೀವು ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ದ ರೆಡಿ ಆಫ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಶುಡ್ ಗಿವ್ ದ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್. ಬಟ್ ಅದ್ರ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು? ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ರೆಡಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಇಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ದ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್. ಸೆವರಲ್ ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ತರ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಆ ಬಿಲ್ಗಳು ಏನಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನು ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ನಲ್ಲೇ ಇದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು. ಹೌದಾ? ಈ ತರ ಆಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್, ಒನ್ಸ್ ದ ಸೆಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಸೆವರಲ್ ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ to stop that sessions. Meetings ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಡೈಲಿ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್, ಬಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್. ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಟ್ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್, ಮಾನ್ಸೂನ್ ಸೆಷನ್, ವಿಂಟರ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ 1 ತಿಂಗಳು 2 ತಿಂಗಳು ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಆಗುವಂತದ್ದು. ಹೌದಾ? ಈ ತರ ಆಗೋವಾಗ ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಇವ್ರು ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಬಿಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಪ್ರಪೋಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಫ್ ಹಿ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಲ್ಗೆ ಓಟ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇದಾಗ್ತದೆ ತಾನೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇವ್ರು ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಬಿಲ್ ಇವಾಗ ಇವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆನೆ ಕೇಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾರೆ? ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಆಬ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಆರ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ವೋಟ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಬಿಲ್. ಅದು ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಬಿಲ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ತರ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ 40 days ಟೈಮ್ ವರ್ಗು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದೆಮ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಅರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್. 41st day they can get arrested. Doesn't matter. Understood? Exemption from jury service. Members are exempt from serving on a jury when parliament is in session. ಏನಿದು? Members are exempt from serving on jury. Exemption from jury services. Okay, we'll let you know regarding that. Next, right to refuse to give evidence. These members can refuse to give evidences and they can refuse to appear in the court while the parliament is in sessions. Session ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮನ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ರು, ಹಾಜರಾಗಿ ಬಂದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ they are having the right to not to appear in the court or not to give any kind of evidences during that time. Understood? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಮೈಟ್ ರಿಸ್ಕಿಯರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಫಾರ್ ಹಿಮ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಪ್ರೂಫ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಸ್ಕಿ ಫಾರ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್. ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಬೇರೆದವ್ರು ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ, ಲೈಫ್ಗೆ ಥ್ರೆಟ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಂಪ್ಟೆಡ್. ಒನ್ಸ್ ದ ಸೆಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಓವರ್ ದೇ ಶುಡ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕೋರ್ಟ್. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ನಡೆಯುವಾಗ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಹಾಜರಾಗಬಹುದು, ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿನೈ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಆರ್ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರೂಫ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್. ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಒನ್ಸ್ ದ ಸೆಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಓವರ್, ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಆರ್ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎನಿ ಕೇಸಸ್. Limitations on privileges. Privileges are not absolute. They can be limited by the constitution and parliamentary rules. Freedom of speech ಇದೆ ಈ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ. ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು, ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ ಡಿಫೆಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ. ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಏನೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ದೇರ್ ವ್ಯೂಸ್, ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಊಹಾಪೋಹಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿವನ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಬ್ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್. ಫುಲ್ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಮೀರಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಅನ್ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಬೈ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಶೀಲ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಅಟ್ ಎನಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಅರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್, ಇವನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ಡಸಂಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್. ಬಟ್ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಂಪ್ಟೆಡ್. ಎನಿ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ in this parliamentary privileges? Any doubts? No, just write down. Very important for your exam. Already it has been given in M. Lakshmikant. See, this parliamentary privilege is not given for the president, because president here in article 14 only you'll be seeing exemptions of equality before right, equal protection of right. There ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ governor and president are having the exemptions against civil cases, criminal cases, and prior notice should be given. ಈ ತರ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಬರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಪ್ರಿವಿಲೇಜ್. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆದಂತ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 361 ಇದೆ. Right now. Sometimes these MPs, if they breach these privileges, they can be suspended for 15 days, 1 month, suspend ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಕೊಡೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಡೇಸ್. Okay, and also they can be dismissed, sorry, they can be expelled as well. Expulsion ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ತೆಗ್ದೇ ಹಾಕ್ಬಹುದು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ. Okay. Parliamentary privileges means MPs are having the right to freedom of speech, but it is not an absolute right. ಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ. Okay, and also parliamentary privilege ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Power to exclude strangers, the common people, the reporters can be, ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ they can be barred for few days or that session in secret sitting. And these MPs can publish any reports with authentication ಇರಬೇಕದು. ಸುಮ್ನೆ deep fake ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ. Any morphing of images or videos or else any other documents, fake documents, authenticated ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದನ್ನ ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಅನ್ಯಾಯ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ. Indira Gandhi was also suspended while she was a prime minister. Prime minister ಆದಾಗ during 1977. Okay, Indira Gandhi was also a member and sentenced for jail for 1 week. Write down these individual privileges. Individual privileges. See, ಇದು exemption from jury service ಅಂತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? It means that this and this both are same itself. Okay, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಸಾಕ್ಷಿಯಾಗಿ members are exempt from serving on jury. Serving on jury ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿದಾರನಾಗಿ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಆಗೋದನ್ನ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿನೈ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಸೆಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, he is not having, ಬೇರೆದವರಾದ್ರೆ ಕಾಮನ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ದೇ ಶುಡ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ದಿ ಕೋರ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಒನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ದ ಸಮ್ಮನ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಅಡೆತಡೆ ಆಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಬಿನ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಂಪ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಡೆತಡೆ ಆಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗಿವನ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸೆಂಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ಜೂರರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿದಾರರು. Finish. Next chapter is state legislature or state government. Okay, next is the state government. The same like parliament. Okay. State legislature. Okay. State legislature. In a state legislature, okay, there will be state legislative assembly, state legislative council. This state legislative council is called as upper house and also vidhana parishad, and this is called as lower house and also called as vidhan sabha. Vidhan Sabha. Okay. These strengths are not fixed. Depends on the population of that state. We had a fixed number of Lok Sabha MPs and Raj Sabha MPs. How that 543, 245. The maximum seat is 550, there 250. But here there is no fixed number of seats, fixed number of constituencies. Totally depends on the strength of population of that state. Okay. Some of the states are having only 2 to 3 MLAs. Some of the states are having 500 MLAs as well. Okay. Depends on the population of that state. 22 states. 22 states are having what? Unicameralism. that is state legislative assembly only. State legislative assembly only. 6 states are bicameralism. Both state legislative assembly and state legislative council. Write down this. Article 168 to 212. Part 6 of the Constitution. Concentrate here. In order to create or abolish this state legislative council, we need the majorities in both central government, state government. Okay. Article 169. Article 169 see that creation and abolition of state legislative councils, that is legislative councils. ಅಂದ್ರೆ MLC ಇರುವಂತ ಹೌಸ್ ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಅಬಾಲಿಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ resolution should be passed in the state. Okay, resolution should be passed in the state government. Let's take the example of Tamil Nadu. Don't write. Concentrate here. In Tamil Nadu, we are not having the state legislative council. Okay. If they needed state legislative council, what first they should do? They should pass a resolution in their own state. That is, there will be state legislative assembly, MLAs irtarala. That house, in there, they should pass the absolute majority plus special majority. Already you have studied this. This is type 2. Special majority type 2 bartade. That one. Okay, firstly they should pass that. Okay. Once they pass in the state legislative assembly of Tamil Nadu, it will be sent for the parliament. Now the parliament will create this state legislative assembly, state legislative council in Tamil Nadu by passing it with the help of simple majority. Here there is no need of special majority. In parliament they just need simple majority. And whatever the creation of or abolition of the state legislative council is not called as amendment in the constitution according to article 368. ಇದನ್ನು ತಿದ್ದುಪಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Creation of state legislative council in any state, abolition of state legislative council in any state. It will not come under amendments. 77th constitutional amendment, 78th ಈ ತರ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ತಿದ್ದುಪಡಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. It is just a simple procedure, ordinary process. It is not called as amendment according to article 368. First ತಮಿಳುನಾಡಿಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಬೇಕು, ನಾವು ಬೈ ಕ್ಯಾಮರಲಿಸಮ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ರೈಟ್ ನಾವು ವಿ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ MLAs ವಿ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್. ಯು ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ MLCs ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ತಮಿಳ್ನಾಡು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಪಾಸ್ ದಟ್ ರೆಸಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ special majority type 2. Okay, then it will be sent for the parliament. Parliament, what they will do, they might or they may not, it depends on them again. Okay, ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ with the help of simple majority they can create that state legislative council and give. Understood? ಇದರ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ತಮಿಳ್ನಾಡು ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ they will pass here. Once they pass that we don't want it, the state legislative council in their state, it will be sent there. ಅವರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಅಬೋಲಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Firstly, the process starts from the state government itself. ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಇರೋದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಬೋಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ ಇದಾರಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲ MLAsಗಳು ವಿತ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಟೈಪ್ 2 ಇಂದ ಅದನ್ನ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ದೆನ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್. ಅವರು ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆ ನೀಡಿ ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಪಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಇನ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಅಬೋಲಿಶ್ಡ್. ಈ ತರ. ಎನಿ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್? ಏನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಹೇಳಿ? ಏನೋ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್? Absolute majority, see here, absolute majority ಅದೇ ಟೋಟಲಿ ನೋ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಬಿಲ್ಸ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಬಿಲ್ಸ್. ಬಿಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್. ಕಾನೂನು ಅದು ಇದು ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಬೋಲಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೌಸಸ್. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ನಾಟ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಗವರ್ನರ್. ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಸೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಈ ತರ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. See, that is called as informal request and everything they will do. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ behind the back. Okay, president recommendation is needed. ಈ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತದೆ the procedure. But ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ all these procedures will be done. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಮೂಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನೋಟ್, ಗವರ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಅಸೆಂಟ್ is not needed. Governor's assent is not needed. But president's assent is needed. But president's assent is needed. And this act of parliament is not deemed to be an amendment of the constitution. But this procedure is not called as amendment of the constitution. according to Article 368. According to Article 368. Any doubts? Any doubts? ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಸಾರಿ MLAs ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ನಲ್ಲೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, ಆಂಧ್ರ ಪ್ರದೇಶ್, ತೆಲಂಗಾಣ, ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ, ಉತ್ತರ ಪ್ರದೇಶ್, ಬಿಹಾರ್. MLAs ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೈ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ದೆನ್? ಇಸ್ ದರ್ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್? ಇರೋದೇ ಒಂದು 10 MLAs ಇದ್ರು ಆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ is it necessary of having the again the new house? No. Wherever there is a more number of MLAs in that state, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇರಬಹುದು. MLAs 10, 15, 50, 50 or 100 ಇದ್ದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ not necessary of having the state legislative council. Finish. Next, composition of two houses. Composition of two houses. Composition of two houses. Composition of houses ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, let us take the state legislative assembly. State legislative assembly. Okay. Here, in this state legislative assembly, who will be there? MLAs. What is the maximum and minimum strength? Maximum strength should be not more than 500. Minimum strength should not less than 60. But some of the states are having less than 60 as well. Nadiyette. Because there is no much population over there. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ 60 ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. It is not necessary of having 60 as minimum in some states. Okay. Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Goa, minimum number is fixed at 30. Okay. Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, and Goa fixed at the minimum number is 30. Mizoram, Nagaland fixed for 46. Minimum ಇಷ್ಟು ಇರಬೇಕು. Usually the state legislative assembly are directly elected from the directly elected from the people. ಎಲ್ಲ MLAs ಗೆ ವೋಟ್ ಹಾಕೋರು ಯಾರು? People. Okay. But this is Sikkim and Nagaland. These MLAs are also indirectly elected. Concentrate here. All state direct elections from the people only they will get elected. But in case of Sikkim and Nagaland, they are indirectly elected as well. Some members of the Legislative Assembly in Sikkim and Nagaland are also elected indirectly. Before 2020, governor used to nominate one member as an Anglo-Indian. Henge in parliament, in a parliament, there were two Anglo-Indians in the Lok Sabha. They used to get nominated by the president. The same way, governor used to nominate one person as an Anglo-Indian in the state legislative assembly. Namali 224 plus 1 anta ittu. Okay. Anglo-Indian means his father may be England. Okay. British irbodu. Okay. Half Indian, half British. Itara. Next. See, after every census, the constituencies can be altered. Constituencies can be increased or decreased. It depends on the report of the Delimitation Commission Act. Let me teach you what is Delimitation Commission Act. Parliament is not having the power to increase the number of seats of MLA, sorry, of this MP of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, MLAs, State Legislative Assembly, State Legislative Council, illa. Only depends on the report of the Delimitation Commission. Delimitation Commission will fix the boundaries of the constituency. ಒಂದು ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೌಂಡ್ರಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾರು? Delimitation Commission. That too based on the population of that territory, of that place. Okay, ಈ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಬರಬೇಕು ರಾಜಾಜಿನಗರ, ಹೌದಾ, ಇದು ಯಲಹಂಕ. That kind of constituencies will be totally, it will be given the report by the Delimitation Commission itself based on the population of that places. Okay, ಆವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಘೋಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Based on that, Parliament will increase the seats. Parliament solely, it can't increase or decrease the seats without the recommendation, without the report of Delimitation Commission Act. And this is not inquired in any court of law. Whatever the report that is given by Delimitation Commission. Delimitation Commission ಅವರು ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪವರ್ ಇದೆ. Based on that only they will conduct the elections. 224 idare ivaga MLAs. 224 constituencies are there in Karnataka. Adin 230, 240, 250 ಮಾಡಬಹುದು based on population. If there is increase in population, Delimitation Commission based on the census, it will increase the MLA constituencies. Understood? ಈ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Delimitation Commission ಅವ್ರ ಕೆಲಸ ಏನು? To give a report regarding the constituencies, fixing the boundaries for the constituencies. The 42nd Amendment Act of 1976 has frozen total number of seats in the assembly of each states. Okay. And division of such state into territorial constituency till the 2000. Okay, till 2026 vargu. Concentrate here. 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976. It freezed what? Seats of legislative assembly. Seats of legislative assembly of each states. Seats of legislative assembly of each states. It is based on 1971 population census. ಜನಗಣತಿ 1971 ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಫ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ all these 224 seats. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ತರ MLAs ಅದು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದಾನೆ ಫ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ 50 years ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ 55 years ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್. ಅದನ್ನ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2026 ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್, ಅದ್ರ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್. But still the census is going on. Okay, caste census, they are doing the caste census, but not effectively. And with the help of 84th Constitutional Amendment Act, with the help of 84th Constitutional Amendment Act of 2001, they freezed till 2026 ವರೆಗೂ increase or decreasing of MLA seats ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. Till 2026 we can't increase or decrease the number of seats of legislative assemblies. And there is a reservation for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe for contesting the elections of state legislative assembly as well. MLA ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ರಿಸರ್ವೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ST ದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂನ್ಸಿ, SC ದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂನ್ಸೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Any doubts in state legislative assembly? They will, what is the tenure of them? 5 years. Directly elected by the people. ಯಾರೇ ಇರಲಿ 5 years. What is the minimum age? 25. Okay. Minimum age for contesting for the elections of state legislative assembly, in order to become MLA, you need 25. Finish. Next, composition of state legislative council. Composition of state legislative council. That is MLC, Member of Legislative Council. The strength of state legislative council depends on yes, depends on state legislative assembly. MLC's ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, that depends on the strength of MLAs. Okay, 1/3. It should not exceed more than 1/3. It should not exceed more than 1/3 of state legislative assembly. but minimum strength is fixed at 40. Minimum strength is fixed at 40. Indirectly elected. Indirectly elected. They are not directly elected from the people. Okay. Certain portions will be nominated, certain portion will be elected from the MLAs, from the elementary school teachers, from the degree holders. Let's see that as well. Concentrate here. If it is fixed at 40, then MLA is just minimum more than 120. Whichever the states they are having more than 120 MLAs, they can pass the resolution to have the state legislative council. ನಮಗೂ ಒಂದು MLC, ನಮಗೂ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪಾಸ್ ದಟ್ ರೆಸಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಹೇಳಿದ್ನ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ, ಸಾರಿ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಟೈಪ್ 2. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಅಲ್ಲೇ MLAs ಬರೀ 50 ಇದಾರೆ ಅಥವಾ 100 ಇದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. Understood? Whichever the states they are having more than 120 MLAs, they can just pass that resolution of creation of state legislative council. Logic ಇದೆಲ್ಲ. West Bengal had state legislative council. It was bicameralism. Punjab ittu. Okay. Tamil Nadu ittu. Finish. Next. Manners of election of state legislative council. The members are elected from 5 categories. MLCs ಇದಾರಲ್ವಾ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ವೋಟರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ. These are the voters for them. Let us see those 5 categories. First one ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆ? Local authorities elected by the members of local bodies, that is Panchayat and municipality members. Panchayat members, municipality members are the voters for the MLCs. ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು proportion? One third of the MLCs, they are elected from these people. Next, 1/3 of the MLCs, they are elected from the MLAs. MLAs are also the voters for 1/3 of the MLCs. Next, very important. Voters are elected by graduates with at least 3 years of degree completion and state residency. Degree ಮುಗಿದು 3 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದೇ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಸವಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. for 3 years. Degree 3 years ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ you are eligible for voting for MLC election. ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ MLC 1/12. Next, very important, teachers elected by teachers with at least 3 years of service in institutions not lower than secondary schools. ಅಂದ್ರೆ high school teachers, college teachers, degree college PU teachers, degree college, all that lectures, they are having the right to vote. MLCs, education MLCs ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತೆ MLCs ಗಳು, and they are 1/12 of proportion. Next, nomination ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ governor nominates 1/6 of the MLCs in the field of what? Science, arts, literature, social service, cooperative movement. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿರೋನ್ನ MLCs ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Understood? These are the proportions. Your voting ಯಾವುದು? Single transferable vote. Single transferable vote, not the EVM machine. ಒಂದು ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂರು ಅಥವಾ 4 ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಕಾಂಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ MLAs 10 ಜನ 20 ಜನ ಅಷ್ಟು ಜನರು ಕಾಂಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ MLC ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ಗೆ. 3 to 4 members, usually 3 to 4 members ಅಂತ ಕಾಂಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್ಸ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ MLC ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ವೋಟರ್ಸ್ ಯಾರು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿದವ್ರು ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? Just concentrate here. You can write afterwards. How many MLAs are there in Karnataka? 224. 224 MLAs are there in Karnataka. Howda? 224 divided by 3. Yes, 75. 75 MLC are there in Karnataka. 1/3 ಇರ್ಬೇಕು MLA, 1/3 ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ MLCs. ಅಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, these 75 MLCs are elected from these proportions. ಏನಿದೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್? 1/3. Just take 75 divided by 3. ಎಷ್ಟು? 25. ಹೌದಾ? 25 MLCs are elected from the members of okay, here as well. Okay, 1/3 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 25 out of 75. 25 MLCs are elected from local bodies, ಅಂದ್ರೆ member of Panchayat, member of municipalities, they will vote. 25 MLCs ಇವರಿಂದ ಗೆದ್ದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 25 MLCs ಮತ್ತೆ MLAs ಇಂದ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 1/12. 75 divided by 12. Yeah, it is 6.6 or 7. Okay, 6 or 7 MLCs will be, 6 to 7 MLCs will be elected from graduates and teachers. Next, 1/6, 12 to 13 MLCs will be nominated by the governor. Here see, 1/3, 1/3, 1/12, 1/12, 1/6. 1/6 for governor nominates, not elections will be held for them. ಇವ್ರಿಗೇನು 1/3 ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ, 1/3 ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ, 1/12 ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ. 1/3 ನೆನಪು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಚರ್ಸ್, ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಚರ್ಸ್, MLAs, ಲೋಕಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ, ಪಂಚಾಯತ್, ಮುನ್ಸಿಪಾಲಿಟಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಚರ್ಸ್ 1/3. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರೋಣ. ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ 1/12. Governor 1/6. Understood? Write down all this. Graduates degree, any degree. ಯಾರಿದಾರಾ? ಈ ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ BA, BCom, BSc. ಕಾಂಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ಅವ್ರು ಟೀಚರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಲೇಬೇಕಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಲ್ಲ, ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫೈಡ್ ಎನಿ ಎಜುಕೇಶನಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್. ಎಜುಕೇಶನಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಯಾವ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರು. ನೀನ್ ಡಿಗ್ರಿನೇ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ನೀನ್ SLC ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, PU ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಇನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಯಾರು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ನಿಂದಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಕಾಂಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ವೋಟರ್ಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ದೀಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್. ಬಟ್ ಯೂಶಲಿ ಇನ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಾಲಿಟಿ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇರೋರ್ಗೆ, ಲಿಟ್ರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಇರೋರ್ಗೆ ದಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಂಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್. ಯಾವುದು ಹಿಯರ್ teachers. Okay, but for these illiterate person can also contest the elections, doesn't matter. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಾಲಿಟಿ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಯು, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಾಲಿಟಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಈ 1/12 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 6 to 7 MLCs ಆರ್ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ಕೊಡೋದು ಇವು, ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಬೆಳೀಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಬೆಳೀಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. They will get the tickets from the political parties, whoever are having the eligibility of developing the education sector. Knowledge irbek tana, that's why. This is practicality, but it nowhere mentioned in the constitution that he should be literate only. Here also the same concept. 1/3 of the MLCs will get retired every second year. Iವರು ಸೇಮ್ ಲೈಕ್ ರಾಜ್ಯಸಭಾ. ರಾಜ್ಯಸಭಾದಲ್ಲಿ 1/3 of the ರಾಜ್ಯಸಭಾ MPs used to get retire once in 2 years. ಅದೇ ತರನೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿನೂ ಕೂಡ 2 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ರಿಟೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, 1/3. ಬಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಯೂರ್ is 6 years. What is the minimum age? 30. Right on. Minimum age for becoming legislative council member of legislative council is 30 years. 30. Qualification, disqualification, both are same like a parliament. In parliament, we have studied qualifications and disqualifications. Same illinu kuda. No difference. Next, oath. MLAs ಗೆ ಯಾರು ಓತ್ ನೀಡ್ತಾರೆ? governor. Therefore, MPs, ministers ge president, MPs ge speaker pro tem. Speaker pro tem. ಹೇಳಿದಲ್ವಾ? Have you remember or not? Speaker pro tem. In front of speaker pro tem, they should administer. They will get administration of oath, or speaker pro tem will administer the oath for the newly elected members. Understood? It's not president there. Ministers ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. Minister ಆಗಿ promotion ಅದು ಒಂಥರ MPs ಗಳಿಗೆ. Here MLAs will get administration of oath by the governor. MLCs also from the governor. Resignation ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ? Speaker of Legislative Assembly, Chairman of Legislative Council. Governor ಕೊಡೋದಲ್ಲ, presiding officer ಗೆ. Understood? State Legislative Assembly is having Speaker UT Khadar. Next, State Legislative Council, the chairman. For him, the MLCs will give the resignation. Write down. Presiding officer of state place. Presiding officer. ಯಾರು? Speaker will be there and deputy speaker. Resignation ಒಬ್ರಿಗೊಬ್ರು. Next, their chairman, deputy chairman. Presiding officer of the State Legislative Council, MLC yaro, chairman. If he is absent, he will be the presiding officer. And who will give the resignation to whom? Chairman for deputy chairman, deputy chairman for chairman. Removal process, everything is same. Next, yesterday you have learned the definition like summoning, adjournment, prorogation. The same way here as well. ಅಲ್ಲಿ summon ಮಾಡೋರು ಯಾರು? Both the houses will be summoned by the president. ಇಲ್ಲಿ governor. Governor will summon both the houses. And it should not be maximum gap ಎಷ್ಟಿರಬೇಕು? Should not be exceed more than 6 months. Okay. They are also having 3 sessions. Twice a year at least they should meet. 2 sessions ಆದ್ರೂ ಆಗ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತೊಂದ್ ದಿನ ನಾಳೆ ಒಂದಿನ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸೆಷನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಬಜೆಟ್, ಮಾನ್ಸೂನ್, ವಿಂಟರ್ ಈ ತರ. ಅಡ್ಜರ್ನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್. ಅಡ್ಜರ್ನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ಡ್. ಅಡ್ಜರ್ನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೈನ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಸ್, ಅಂಡ್ ನೋ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗಿವನ್. Prorogation ಅಂದ್ರೆ end of sessions. Quorum ಎಷ್ಟು 1/10. Yes, 55 members ಅಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ, ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್. 1/10. ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್, ಬಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡ. They can declared this Hindi, English as well, along with the 8 schedule nalliruvanta 22 languages either. The same bills will be there: ordinary bill, money bill, financial bill, but no constitutional amendment bill. Constitution tiddupadi madoru yaru? Parliament. It is not the state legislature. Only 3 types of bills will be having: ordinary bill, money bill. Okay. And some of the bills will be reserved for president as well. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ, ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್, MLAs, MLC will pass that bill. It will be sent for a governor. Governor will send that bill for the president for signature, for assent. ತಾವೇ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಅವ್ರ ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಬಿಲ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ. ಓಕೆ. Money bill. It can be introduced only in state legislative assembly, MLA, not in state legislative council. They are also the same way. Within 14 days, they should give an assent. If not, within 14 days, they should pass that money bill. If not, it is deemed to be passed the same way. They are also having the state legislature privileges. We studied the parliamentary privileges in the morning, first topic. The same way, they are also having the privileges of state legislature. This is the end of this chapter. Okay, and we'll see how many seats are there in legislative assembly of each states and legislative council of each states. This is list of legislative assembly MLAs. Andhra Pradesh 175. Bihar 243. Obviously, if it is more than 243 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ಗುಜರಾತ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. We are having, why they have given both? Suvarna Sauda. Vidhan Sauda, Suvarna Sauda there. Maharashtra, the same way, there also. See the number of MLAs. Rajasthan 200, Tamil Nadu 34, Uttar Pradesh 403, West Bengal 294. West Bengal had state legislative council. ಅದನ್ನ ಅಬೋಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. Understood? Next, we'll see the state legislative council. As I told you, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar. Okay. Here and these four states are having state legislative council. Kerala also had, Goa also, sorry, Kerala never had, Goa never had, and all these grey color states, they never had state legislative council. But in blue color they had state legislative council, but it was been abolished. Any doubts? Andhra Pradesh, total 58 MLCs, Bihar 75, Karnataka 75, Maharashtra 78, Telangana 40, Uttar Pradesh 100. Totally 426 MLCs are there in India. By this, we have completed the state legislature chapter. Okay, just take a break. We'll continue afterwards. Next is Panchayat and municipality. We are having two types of local self-government in our country. Okay, one is Panchayat, another one is municipality. Two local self-government. One is rural local self-government, another one is urban local self-government. Rural local self-government is Panchayat. Urban local self-government is municipality. Rural local self-government, that is rural and Panchayat. Okay, village level. In village level, we are having Panchayat. And this Panchayat and municipality were added in the 11th and 12th schedule. 11th, 12th schedule. With which Constitutional Amendment Act? Okay. 92nd, 73rd, 74th. (73rd) Constitutional Amendment Act in 1992. 74th Constitutional Amendment Act 1992. In 1992, with the help of 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, Panchayat was been added. 74th Constitutional Amendment Act, municipality was been added. Finish. Next, there are committees regarding the Panchayat. Okay. There were committees also. They have given the reports regarding the Panchayat. There was a Balwant Rai Mehta committee, Ashok Mehta committee, okay, Gadgil committee. There were 5 to 6 committees which are important for your syllabus. Firstly, regarding the evolution of Panchayat Raj. That is, Government of India appointed certain committees for submitting the report regarding the Panchayat Raj. Okay. The first committee regarding the Panchayat Raj is Balwantrai Mehta Committee. Okay, it was been appointed in which year? 1957. In January 1957, Government of India appointed this Balwantrai Mehta Committee. And who was chairman of that? Balwantrai Mehta. The committee submitted its report in November 1957. It took a time of 10 months and then it has submitted the report. Okay. In that report, it has recommended some of the points for establishment of Panchayati Raj. Let us see the various points in that. Okay. The first point says that establishment of the three-tier Panchayati Raj system. Panchayati Raj, this Panchayat should have in 3 stages. 3-tier means 3 stages. Which are those 3 stages? Gram Panchayat. Gram Panchayat at village level and Panchayat Samiti at block level, and finally Jilla Parishad at district level. Okay, we are having 3 levels. One is village level, next taluk level, lastly the district level. Village, we are having Gram Panchayat. Taluk level, we are having the Panchayat Samiti. At district level, we are having Jilla Parishad. What kind of elections they have recommended here? Indirect elections. They recommended indirect elections. Why they have brought this Panchayat is because, see, in order to develop India, firstly at village level we should develop. Then after that taluk, then district, then state, then the center, that is Delhi. At the grassroots level, we should develop what? Villages. That's why we need a panchayats. Okay. The central government, state government should not only concentrate on Delhi, metropolitan cities. It should concentrate where? At the village level. That's why we need a Panchayat Raj. Okay. Write down this first committee, Balwantrai Mehta Committee, and this one in a key points. Finish. Next. Next point, this says that the village panchayat should be constituted with directly elected representatives. We need direct representatives, and at these two levels like Panchayati, Samiti and Jilla Parishad, we need indirect elections. There, no need of direct elections here. We need indirect elections. At village level only we need direct elections. Means people will vote directly the members of the village panchayat. Next, the Panchayat Samiti should be the executive body. Panchayat Samiti should be the executive body. That is at taluk level, it should be executive body. Executive means implementing the subjects, the laws. Next, Jilla Parishad should be the advisory, coordinating and supervising body. Which is the highest body? Highest body that Jilla Parishad at the district level. This district level is a top level in Panchayat. Okay, that will do what? It should give advice, coordinate and supervising the other bodies, lower bodies. That is Taluk Panchayat and Gram Panchayat. The district collector, the DC should be a chairman of Jilla Parishad. These IAS officers will be the CEO of the panchayats, Jilla Parishad. Okay. Next. Have you understood? Balwant Rai Mehta committee suggested what? 3-tier system. That is village panchayat, taluk panchayat, that is Panchayat Samiti and Jilla Parishad. Next comes okay. Next comes, see, which is the first state that to establish the Panchayati Raj? That is Rajasthan. Rajasthan's Nagaur. Okay. Rajasthan's Nagaur district. The Rajasthan was the first state to establish Panchayati Raj, and that is a Nagaur district. October 2, 1959. Followed by Rajasthan, it is Andhra Pradesh. It has adopted. Rajasthan adopted 3-tier system, but Tamil Nadu adopted the 2-tier system. 2-tier. Next, West Bengal adopted the 4-tier system. The fourth one is Nyaya Panchayat. Have you seen in the movies that they used to do the Nyaya Panchayat? ಕಟ್ಟೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಕಟ್ಟೆ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಕೂತು ನ್ಯಾಯ ಪಂಚಾಯತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ, that one. Just write down this important highlighted words. Finish. Ashok Mehta Committee. This is the second committee. This was been established in 1977. That was been established in 1957. In 1977, after 20 years. Okay. This was been appointed and it has given the report in 1978. And it has given 132 recommendations. And here, the Ashok Mehta committee said that it gives importance for the 2-tier system, not the 3-tier system. Okay. Ashok Mehta committee has given the importance for the 2-tier system, that is Jilla Parishad at district level. There also it was the same. Next, below it should be a Mandal Panchayat. Mandal Panchayat means a group of villages. The total population should be in the range of 15,000 to 20,000. Only we should have 2-tier system. One is Jilla Parishad and Mandal Panchayat. Mandal Panchayat means group of villages. Population should be between 15,000 to 20,000. Write down this. Ashok Mehta Committee. It was appointed in 1977 and it given importance for the 2-tier system. Finish. And here in this committee, it suggested the seats. Sorry, the seats should be reserved for SC and ST. SC ST ದವರು ಕೂಡ ರಿಸರ್ವೇಶನ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ it has given the suggestion based on the population. Right down there itself, it suggested the reservation for SC and ST based on population. Next comes the GVK Raw Committee. GVK Raw Committee. GVK Raw Committee, this was appointed by the Planning Commission in 1985. What is meant by Planning Commission? Planning Commission. We had 5-year plans. First 5-year plan, second 5-year plan, third 5-year plan. Okay. For that, it is like giving the strategies. It's like giving the blueprint for the 5-year plans. This Planning Commission set up the GVK Raws, appointed the GVK Raw Committee. Okay, in 1985. What it says? It says that the district is the proper unit for planning. Proper unit for planning and development. And the Jilla Parishad should become the principal body for management of all the developmental programs. Here they mainly focused on Jilla Parishad. ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ? ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಪರಿಷತ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್. ದ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ರು ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್, ಫಾರ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ focused mainly on district panchayat itself. It is district parishad, Jilla Parishad, just right now. Focused mainly on Jilla Parishad, that's it. Finish. Next comes LM Singhvi Committee. Okay, 1986. Rajiv Gandhi appointed this committee for revitalization of Panchayati Raj. Revitalization of Panchayati Raj. That is for development and also for the democracy. Let us see what are the recommendations that LM Singhvi Committee has given. First recommendation is that Panchayati Raj should be constitutionally recognized. Panchayati Raj should be constitutionally recognized. Means constitution should recognize the Panchayat Raj. There should be specific articles for that. For this, new chapter should be added in the Constitution of India. ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಒಂದು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. That was the recommendation. Next, Nyaya Panchayat should be established for cluster of villages. Nyaya Panchayat should be established. It's like a court at the village level. Okay, Nyaya Panchayat should be established for cluster of village, means group of village. Next, we are having Thangon committee, that is not much important. And lastly, final committee is Gadgil committee. Gadgil. It was also appointed by the Congress in 1988, and the recommendations given are the constitutional states should be bestowed on the Panchayat Raj registration. The same. Establishment at the constitutional level. New chapter add ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. The same recommendation. Here also 3-tier system they adopted, and the term of Panchayat Raj registration should be fixed for 5 years. 5 years ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ they have given the recommendation. Finally, the members of Panchayat at all the 3 levels should be directly elected. What was the Balwant Rai Mehta committee told there? Yeah, only the Gram Panchayat should be directly elected. All the other 2 should be indirectly elected. But illa aa tara kodlilla avaru. All the 3 levels should be directly elected. Write down please. And reservation for SC, ST and women. Reservation for SC, ST and women. Reservation for SC, ST and women. Panchayat Raj can levy collect the taxes. Panchayat Raj can levy ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇರೋದು. Levy and collect the taxes. Establishment of State Election Commission. Establishment of State Election Commission for conducting the elections of Panchayat. Concentrate here. For elections in India, we are having Election Commission of India at the central level. Okay, it will conduct the elections for president, vice president, MP of Lok Sabha, MP of Rajya Sabha, MLAs, MLCs. But for these local bodies like Panchayat, municipalities, who will conduct the election? State Election Commission. Understood? Every state will be having State Election Commission. One department will be there that will conduct the elections for Panchayat and municipality level. And also there will be a State Finance Commission that will allocate the fund for development of Panchayat. State Finance Commission. How we are having the Central Finance Commission, Nirmala Sitharaman. The same way we are having the State Finance Commission. There also they will allocate the funds for the development of Panchayat. Any doubts? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ CM is having the finance ministry, okay, state finance ministry. He can just appoint any of the committees for development of Panchayat Raj. MLAs ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಅಥವಾ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಯ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಪಂಚಾಯತ್ ರಾಜ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಲೋಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಫಂಡ್ಸ್, ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಂಡಿಚರ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ಸ್ ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಹಳ್ಳಿಯನ್ನ ಬೆಳೆಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೇನೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕು, ಪಾಲಿಸೀಸ್, ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್, ಸ್ಕೀಮ್, ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ರೆಡಿ. ಆ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ CM ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ದ IAS officers. They will appoint the chairman. It might be anybody. It might be a minister as well. It might be MLA, MLC, or else even the officers as well. Okay. ಒಬ್ರೇ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ. There will be a group of people in order to make ready of that report, creating the report. Okay. Establishment of State Finance Commission. Establishment of State Finance Commission. For allocation of funds for Panchayat. ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪಂಚಾಯತ್ಗಳಿಗೂ ದುಡ್ಡು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತದೆ? ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಫಿನಾನ್ಸ್ ಕಮಿಷನ್. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ allocate. Panchayat, from which article to which article? Panchayat 243 to 243O. 243 to 243O. There are 29 items. 29 items in the Panchayat. 29 items. Let us study those also. ಏನೇನೆಲ್ಲ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಪಂಚಾಯತ್? In which sectors Panchayat will develop? Okay. Panchayat will develop which sectors? That will study. And also this is related to 243G. That 29 functional items of Panchayat related to 243G. Panchayat is from article 243 to 243O. Minimum age for becoming the Panchayat member is 21. ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ. 21 is the minimum age. 21 is the minimum age. Reservation for SC, ST, and woman. It should not be less than 1/3 of total number of seats. Not be less than 1/3 of total number of seats. Means the ST category, SC category, and also even the women from all the category, general merit, OBC, again including the SC in woman, ST in ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಸೇರಿದ್ರೆ it should not exceed more than 1/3 of seats. Any doubts? This is what it is. And also in DPSP we'll see this. Article 40. Illi. Gandhiji principle. Gandhian principle ali we'll see this same. These are the 29 items. Okay, let us see the 29 items. Panchayat deals with which schedule? 11th schedule. Okay, we are having 29 items for development. First, development of what? Agriculture, including agriculture extension. And next, land improvement, implementation of land reforms, land consolidation and soil conservation. That all the laws should be implemented by the Panchayati. Land reforms. Every state is having the right on agriculture subject. Every state will be having the state government. Every state government will be having the right regarding making the laws for agriculture. At all, whatever the Karnataka makes the land reforms, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, all the states will be having its own land reforms that will be followed by the respective state panchayat. Next, minor irrigation, Sanna Neeravari Yojana. Next, water management and watershed development. Next, animal husbandry, dairy, poultry, fisheries, social forestry and farm forestry, minor forest produce, small scale industries and food processing industries, khadi, village and cottage industries, rural housing, drinking water. All that should be developed by the panchayati in the villages. ಕುಡಿಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀರು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. Okay, rural housing ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. They're all these are having the schemes, the programs are there that should be implemented by the panchayati at village level. Next, fuel and fodder. What is this fuel and fodder? That one. Along with that, ಹಳೆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಯೂಲ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆರೋಸಿನ್. Okay, village people used to use kerosene for cooking. And fodder for animals, cow, mevo, fodder. Next, roads, culverts, bridges, ferries, waterways, and other means of communication. Okay, culverts. What is meant by culverts? Check. Culverts and ferries. Culverts and ferries. Culverts means a drain. Okay. Gutters ಗಳು ಇರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ ರೋಡ್ ಪಕ್ಕ. Drainage system totally. Ferries, not that kind of ferries, a ship. Okay. ಆ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ತೆಪ್ಪಲ್ ತರ ಇರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ ಬೋಟ್. Okay, ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, like especially in coastal areas you will be seeing that one. Next, and along with that, rural electrification, including distribution of electricity. Electricity should be provided for the people. Next, non-conventional energy sources. What is meant by non-conventional? Non-conventional means renewable energy source, solar, wind energy. We should develop in the village areas. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ವಿಂಡ್ ಟರ್ಬೈನ್ ಹಾಕ್ಸಿಕ್ ಆಗ್ತದನ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿಸ್ತೀರಾ? ಗುಡ್ಡ ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೋ, ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೋ, ಹೌದಾ? ಹಿಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಸ್ತೀರಾ ತಾನೆ ವಿಂಡ್ ಟರ್ಬೈನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲೇ ಅದ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಹಾಕ್ಸಿರ್ತಾರೆ ದಟ್ ಆಲ್. ಅಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಪಾವರ್ಟಿ ಎಲಿವೇಶನ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಬಡತನ ನಿರ್ಮೂಲನೆ, reducing the poverty. Education including primary and secondary school. Technical training and occasional training. Technical training should be given, occasional training should be given. Adult and non-formal education. ವಯಸ್ಸಾದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಈ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್ಗಳು. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಲೈಬ್ರರೀಸ್, ಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್, ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫೇರ್ಸ್. ಸಂತೆ ವೀಕ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ಸ್ ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಡೈಲಿ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್. ಈ ತರ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಫೇರ್ಸ್, ಜಾತ್ರೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಸ್, ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಕೇರ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸರೀಸ್. ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ವೆಲ್ಫೇರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವುಮನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ವುಮನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನೋಡಿ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ವುಮೆನ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಲಿ, ಮನ್ನರೇಗಾ ಯೋಜನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಮನ್ನರೇಗಾ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ದಿ kit, baby kit for the child. Okay, those who newborn baby kit ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. Women who are having pregnancy, who are pregnant women, for them they will provide the food grains and eggs. ಆತರ. Then social welfare including welfare of handicapped and mentally retarded. Then welfare of weaker section, that is scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. PDS, public distribution system, ration shops. BPL, for BPL card holders, every month they will be getting the food grains at 2 rupees and 3 rupees per kg. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ಕೊಡೋದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಮೇಂಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಭಾ ಭವನಗಳಂತ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷಿಂಗ್ ದ ಭವನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್, ಏನೋ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ. ಓಕೆ, ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಪಂಚಾಯತ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, any doubts? Any doubts in this? Just write it down. And most of them, these are already again mentioned in the municipality as well. Next comes the PESA Act as well. Okay, PESA Act. PESA Act, that is provisions of the Panchayat's extension to the scheduled area, 1996. Already you have studied the scheduled area. How many states are there in scheduled area? At schedule 5? 8? 10. There are 10 scheduled areas. Previously, for these scheduled areas, there were no panchayats. Yavdu? For these 10 scheduled areas, there was no panchayat. But in 1996, with the help of an act, panchayat was also included in these scheduled areas. Okay. And what it says? What is the full form of scheduled PESA Act? Provisions of the panchayat extension to the scheduled areas. PESA full form. Okay. And what is this PESA? It tells the extension to the scheduled areas. Basically, PESA Act is for scheduled areas itself. Scheduled areas under the hands of whom? Scheduled areas are, who will be the law making for the scheduled areas? State government will do. Along with that, governor can also do. Governor is the agent of the president. Okay. The act applies, the PESA Act will apply for what? Scheduled area. Okay, under the 5th schedule of the Constitution. Next, empowerment of Gram Sabha. PESA grants special power to the Gram Sabha, which is the village assembly, to have control over the community's resources. These 10 scheduled areas, 10 states will be having the panchayats as well, and the control will be over the community resources will be there for the panchayats. Recognition of customary laws. See how the scheduled areas will be declared based on the population of tribal areas, tribal people. If the states are having more than 50% of the tribal people, it will be coming under scheduled area. Scheduled area anta ಘೋಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Scheduled tribe, that is tribal people, if they are more in number, more than 50%, it will be declared as scheduled area. Okay, and the customary laws for the tribal people will be different. How the laws, sorry, the tradition, the customs which we are following, the urban people are following, it is different than the tribal people. They are living in the forest. Okay, they are having their own customary laws. Even the constitution can't interfere in that customary laws. Okay. Next, decentralized governance. The Gram Sabha have got lot of powers from the state government as well. The central government will distribute power for the state government. State government will distribute the power. It will decentralize the power home for 3-tier system. Understood? Control over resources. What it says? To give tribal communities control over local institutions, resources like minor forest produce, water bodies, promoting sustainable development. All the tribal people living in forest area, they are having the rights on the minor produce, whatever they produce in the forest, but not the major produce like mining, digging up the ore, metal ore, steel, gold, adi illa. Only for livelihood purpose, they can sell the minor produces, crops or Ayurvedic plants as well for their livelihood purpose. And they are also having the right on the rivers which they flow in the forest. Next, reservation is given for scheduled tribes in the Panchayat Raj institution at all the levels. Reservation is given at all the levels for them. What is the objective of PESA Act? PESA aims to provide tribal self-rule. These tribal people living in the forest, they are having different custom, different language, different tradition. For them, in order to rule themselves, the Constitution of India have given the rights for them. Okay, write down all this. Firstly, write down the definition of PESA. Write down the definition of PESA. Then, key aspects. This PESA is important. Finished? Written? Writing? Right. By this, we have completed the Panchayat chapter. Okay. Who will allocate the funds for the Panchayat? State Finance Commission. Who will conduct the elections? State Election Commission. What is the reservation percentage? And for whom? For whom the reservation is given? Panchayat, SC, ST and including women. It should not be less than 1/3 of the seats of Panchayat. Right now, how many tiers we are having in Panchayat? 3 tiers we are utilizing. Just go through for 5 minutes. Just revise it. Whatever we have learned today. Any doubts in state government chapter and this Panchayat? Have you heard the name Sarpanch? Sarpanch. At village level, he is like a president of the Gram Panchayat. See, at Gram Panchayat level, we'll be having a president, a Sarpanch and members of the Gram Panchayat. At block level and Jilla Parishad level, we are having indirect elections. That is members of Gram Panchayat and members and chairman of Panchayat Samitis. Okay. For Gram Panchayat elections, people of that, see, Gram Panchayat means not every villages in India is having the Gram Panchayat. Some villages are having the population of only 500,000, 2,000, 5,000. Okay. Here, in order to establish one Gram Panchayat, what they will do, basically based on the population, they will establish Gram Panchayat at the bigger village. All these neighboring villages will be included in that. ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತಲ ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳೇನಾಗ್ತದೆ, that will be included in a bigger village as a Gram Panchayat. Okay, the jurisdiction will be 3 to 4 villages will be grouped together and it is called as one Gram Panchayat. Understood? Okay. See, not in every villages we are having the elementary school. Not in every village we are having the high school. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹಳ್ಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ ತಾನೆ ಹೈ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್. The same way, in bigger villages, we'll be having the primary and high school. But in small villages, they are not having the elementary schools. Okay. But in these 29 items, they have added, it is the duty of the Panchayat to establish primary and elementary schools. But unfortunately, due to the lack of funds, not in every villages we are having the Panchayats, and also not every villages are having the schools. Have you seen the hospitals in every village? Primary health center in every village? No. Okay. And in bigger villages, there will be a primary health centers. Prathamika Chikitsa Kendragalu. Any doubts till now? Is it necessary of having the Panchayat or not in India? For development of villages, we need a Panchayat. Okay, we'll wind up the class tomorrow. We'll start with municipalities, public interest litigation, PIL, judicial activism, and rest of the other chapters. Okay. After that, we'll study regarding the state and central relations as well. Next, water disputes as well, interstate water disputes as well. Okay. And lastly, we'll go for the constitutional bodies, non-constitutional bodies, and finally historical underpinnings. Any doubt now?